Hello and welcome to free Excel tutorial videos. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you two ways to create a frequency distribution in Microsoft Excel. So what I want to be able to do is to see how frequent are my sales below this number, $75. How frequent are my sales that are in between 75 and 150? How frequent they are in between 150 and 300, how frequent they are in between 300 and 450, uh, how frequent they are in between 450 to 600, and so on. Okay, and in order to do this, we will be using the frequency function. Okay, so first things first, the frequency function is an array function. So it will be an array formula. So with a array formula, you need to select the cells where you want the function to fall into. So in this case, I will select the cells here. Okay, and let's type the function. Start with equals frequency, and there you can see frequency function. The Excel has given us this option. So I'm going to use press tab to function auto complete. Okay, so um, for this function, there are two function arguments, uh, the data array and the bins array. So the data array will be the amount here. Okay, I have beforehand created a name range called sales. Okay, so I'm going to type in sales. Okay, as you can see, the data is highlighted. So I'm going to select this array, put a comma, and the second argument will be the bins array. So it will be the cells over here. And let's complete the function with a close parenthesis. And remember, this is an array formula. So to finish the formula, you cannot press enter. You must press ctrl+shift+enter. Okay, so as you can see here, the most frequent occurrence for my sales has fallen in this category. Okay, 300 to 450. Okay, so now let's come to the percentage. Okay, I want to find out how much of the percentage of, and for this we are going to use the frequency formula in the first part of our formula. So let's start again by selecting the array where we want the function to appear in. So let's type equals frequency, press tab to function autocomplete. So for the first argument, let's type sales to get the sales array in a comma. And for the second argument, select the bins for the bins array. And then we are going to divide this with the count and tab. Once again, we are going to use the name range sales. Okay, and finish off again with the close parenthesis. And remember, this is an array formula, so you have to press ctrl+shift+enter. So here we get the set of numbers. And let's go ahead and change the format into percentage. Okay, so we have the percentages, and if we sum this up, we will get 100. Okay, so it's correct. Okay, now let's use the second way to get the frequency distribution report, and which is by using a pivot table. Okay, so with a cell selected in the data range, go to the insert tab and select pivot table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pivot table in the existing worksheet. I'm just going to put it some down here and click OK. So now we have the pivot table, and I'm going to take the amount, okay, and put it in the row label. So just drag this. Let me uncheck this, okay, and drag this to the, sorry, here, row labels. Okay, so now we can see the values um, vertically. Okay, and next is what I want to do is I want to group them. So select one single cell inside the pivot table and come to the option tab, and here we have this group field. Okay, so let's click on this and you will get this option over here. So I want to differentiate them by 75, and let's start with 75. Okay, and click OK. So we have these so-called bins or categories, 75 to 149, 150 to 224, 300 to 374, and so on. Okay, now I want to take the amount and I want to put it down into the values. Okay, and for the value field settings, we're going to select the count. Okay, so now we have the frequency of how much of the sales has dropped into these certain bins. Okay, so there are 3 sales in between $75 and $149. There are 7 sales between $450 to $524. Okay, and to see the percentage, once again we take the amount and we drop it into the values, but this time I'm going to choose in the value field settings, instead of using the summarize, we're going to use the show value as. Okay, and we are going to choose percentage of column. Click OK. So now we get the percentage. Okay, it all adds up to 100%. Okay, so there you go. That is the 2 methods that you can use to create a frequency distribution for the data in your Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video.